An acrylic pour with glue is one of the best ways to bring out a little Christmas color on this awesome snowflake coming at you right now. Hello all, Wild for Games coming at you for my creative control playlist where I try to bring the best tips, tricks, and painting tutorials just like this one here. And wouldn't you know, we're adding a little holiday cheer. So if this is your first time here, consider subscribing. I was lucky enough to find one of these awesome pre-cut wooden snowflakes in the dollar store at my local thrift shop. So I went ahead and bought a couple and I thought, hey, wouldn't they be perfect for an acrylic pour? And I'm gonna add just some beautiful simple colors of some titanium white, some dark, rich, beautiful blue with a little bit of silver in it, and pure silver itself. And I'm gonna do it in a straight dirty cup pour with a little bit of silicone added in after all of my colors have been thoroughly blended with glue in there. We're also going to use some water in this glass jar to thin down the paint to get it to flow, and if you'd like to use it but not necessary, a blowtorch to create some cells and get some other effects to happen. Now that we're good and ready to go, we need to prep our snowflake. We're going to add down just straight titanium white here, and what this is going to do is, since the wood is a little bit porous, we're going to fill up all of those holes there with our wet paint, and this is going to allow layers that we put on top of it to flow easier. So make sure you put down a nice coating of paint and work it in thusly with your fingers. And this one's going to be a little tougher because there are so many rails and edges. With our canvas all prepped, let's go ahead and grab a clean cup to do our dirty pour in. I'm going to start pouring in my colors in different successions of layers. Feel free to do yours in whichever colors you want to do. For mine, I felt like silver, blue, and white worked really well with kind of silver bells and the holiday season. And I'm just gonna do these in different iterations, different ribbons, alternate. I'm basically kind of just gonna go and do what I feel with my colors. And I feel like you should do the same. Do whatever speaks to you, but make sure you leave enough color in the end of your cup, so this way if you miss any spots, you can go back and fill in some gaps. With our dirty cup all ready to go, we have to think about how we're actually going to apply the paint to our snowflake. It's not really a normal object shape that is going to allow paint to flow naturally. So we have to consider all the stems. So I'm going to start with a nice little pour in the center and then kind of trace all the stems coming out from the center. This way I know that I get a thorough coverage with my dirty pour cup right here. With all of my color laid out perfectly, I'm gonna start picking up my snowflake and start tilting the paint to allow it to flow throughout the whole snowflake here. And the idea is to kind of fill in all the gaps, which is quite tricky since there's so many edges that I have to be concerned about covering. So basically I get a nice circular motion, either going clockwise or counterclockwise. And once I'm happy, I kind of tilt it almost all the way down, and then I'll start filling the gaps with my thumb as I go around and kind of keep turning it 1/8 of a turn every so often once I've covered each corner of the snowflake stem with my thumb and it has full coverage. With our surface completely coated, we just have to do one more step, and that is introduce a little bit of heat. Now this step is completely optional, but it helps pull up all that silicone and create some beautiful swirls and cells, and it also helps pop a lot of those bubbles that might be stuck underneath. So I like to do this extra step. Let these sit for at least 24 hours and you're gonna have a beautiful snowflake. Here I have two that I've done. I did both with blue, white, and silver, and they look fabulous. I made sure to clear coat them at the end, and they're gonna look awesome hanging on my wall. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because it was actually really fun for me to make, and they look great on my wall. If you guys do make one yourself, feel free to tweet me or Instagram me a picture. I'd love to look at it. Once again, my name is Wild for Games, and I hope you guys are liking these painting tutorials because they are really fun for me to make and share with you all out there. If you want to help support my channel, you can see all the links below of all the supplies I use. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and you can watch me paint all the time on Twitch. And if you want to buy anything from my store, you can see my Flare Dash link below. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's a couple videos over there to your right. Have a good one, and I will see you in the next painting tutorial coming up soon. Take care. Peace.